Okay, welcome back in our class today. As what we experienced that on last Tuesday we didn't have the class. Would you tell me what you did on last Tuesday?
Last Saturday, right?
Oh,
Last
I'm
Saturday.
sorry. Yeah, on last Saturday.
Yeah. I went out with my friends, but I really forgot to tell you the previous day. So yeah, I just tell you the day that I go out. I'm really sorry.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Um, was that your school event or friends event?
Um, Actually, we're just going out. And it was, yeah, just having like a good time with my friends.
Okay, it was like hanging out with friends at weekends.
Yeah,
And you did it impromptu, right?
yeah.
Uh, so did you enjoy the gathering with friends?
Mm, yeah, I enjoy it, but it's really tiring.
Why? Why was it
But it's
tiring?
fun.
Why was it tiring?
Because um I just go home like at 9.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it is really tiring. So, but I enjoy a lot.
Okay. So it was a kind of gathering with friends, and
Yeah.
you did a lot of activities outside of school
Mm-hmm.
and homes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, Usually, when you go outside, when you are hanging out with friends, what are you majority doing outside? For example, are you
Mm,
visiting a site, or are you visiting a mall, or you are visiting a tourism place, something like that?
Actually, we do a lot of things like random things, like visiting a mall, especially.
Mhm.
And when when we are there, we just um eat together and having fun together. Like we are taking a photo booth and playing around, something like that, or shopping. And yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, I think yeah, it is something what, let's say, teenagers do. Most
yeah,
teenagers
mhm,
do hanging with friends, and they do what they love doing, right? To relax maybe, and to indulge our brain from a chaotic situation, or from hard work session at school. Okay,
yeah,
and of course, we as human being needs relaxation and refresh our brain and our minds, and then you
mhm,
got more energy to continue uh
yeah,
this to continue the journey of the school, maybe. Okay. Okay, so
mhm.
thank you very much, and it is a good opportunity for us today, because we can connect again. And today, I would like to introduce maybe something like discussing. And today we are going to discuss a topic, and I'm gonna present a speaking session for today, in which you might
Okay.
have been familiar with. Let's say that we are going to talk about neighborhood. Do you have any idea about neighborhood?
Someone who lives near us,
Yeah.
near our house,
Hmm. Yeah.
and someone we know, and sometimes we talk to,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Okay.
sometimes yeah, we meet.
Uh, do you connect well with your neighbors?
Um, Fun fact that one of my neighbor is um have a school, the same school with me. So sometimes I met him at school, but actually Not really. Um, like I usually just stay at home and I don't go anywhere outside house. So
Yeah.
I not really know each other really well.
Uh, okay. Do you often talk to your neighbors?
Sadly, no, because
No.
yeah, I just love stay at my house and
Yeah.
not going outside.
So can you see your neighbors passing by through your house, for example, doing their maybe when they are taking some errands, buying something about their needs at home? Do you often see them passing by through your house?
Mm, no, I
No.
just stay in my bedroom.
Okay. But do you get on well with them, with your right neighbor and left neighbors?
Mm, Sometimes when we're attending like a gathering or like a church gathering, sometimes I meet them
Mhm.
and yeah, I just I'll go well with them.
Okay, you go well with them. So you are good friends with your neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, this is something like a warming up. Do your neighbors do anything that bothers you?
Yeah, sometimes when it midnight, they like having like play a game together online. So
Hmm.
sometimes my neighbor like um screams a lot. So I
Yes.
just got bothered because I want to sleep
Oh
and
yeah, I see.
it
So
ruined me.
so can you hear what when your neighbors are talking, maybe discussing about things in their home? Can you hear them to their voice?
If their sounds loudly, I can hear them.
You can hear them. So do you feel
Mhm.
comfortable listening to their conversations at home?
Sometimes, but if I'm doing my assignment or my task, I just feel bothered with it.
Okay. So sometimes being alone is enough, and we need space for being alone,
Mhm.
right? We need space and
Yeah.
we need boundaries. Okay. Do you know boundaries? Boundaries is
Uh,
we we need our own time and our own space. So
yeah.
we people cannot disturb us because it is our
Mhm.
time to indulge and to enjoy our lonely time. Okay, so talking about neighbors, would you like to have no neighbors at all, or would you like to have neighbors or no neighbors at all?
I would to like to have neighbors because I sometimes I saw like house like in the other countries that they have no neighbors beside them. So I guess it kind of scary, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you need neighbors to help you with something.
Yeah, I see. So you would like to have neighbors because neighbors
Hmm.
can help you anytime when you have trouble.
Yeah.
Do you mean so? Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, majority of people in Europe, okay, I often see people in Europe like Germany, uh, the Netherlands, they tend to live alone without any neighbors. So they are living in a remote place, and the situation is really refreshing and really peaceful because they don't want to be disturbed by any other people. And in the Netherlands, the lime, I'm sorry, in Europe, the life is more clumsy. Okay, uh, clumsy means not flexible. Okay, not flexible enough. So people don't talk a lot in Europe. My wife also had ever gone to Germany, 2 times had gone to Germany visiting church partnership because my wife joined an organization of church, okay, Lutheran church, and my wife worked as a representative from my church and visited that country. And she told me that the life there was so clumsy, uh,
Mm,
no, no interruptions and no greetings, okay, except they need. That was the life in Europe. So the family that my wife visited was living in a remote place in which there was only one house standing, okay, and the house between among other houses were very far, very distant from each other.
mm,
So they are living in only alone, like together with their family members. And that was the news that my wife told me about living in the Europe. So that is why my wife said that life in Europe was not really very good because everyone was so neglectful. They don't care one each other, and they are only busy
mm,
with their business. They're busy with their life, and there's no communication with neighbors. While in my local place here, let's say that I'm not living the same with you in a city, okay? In a city, the life is more hectic and more busy, right? And
yeah.
here, we are living close one each other, like my house. We When I am talking with my family, my neighbors can listen to what we are talking about. So sometimes it is really bothering. Okay, it
Mm,
was really bothering, and it makes us not comfortable to talk and not really satisfied. And we just set up the volume of the voice, and sometimes it was really disturbing.
yeah.
Uh, and you told me also that the life in Jakarta was like what I experienced, right?
Mm,
Okay, so the conclusion is that you would like to have neighbors around you to protect and to help you anytime when you have
yeah.
problems, when you want them to,
Mm-hmm,
when you need their help. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So, do you think that you are a good neighbor?
Mm, I cannot say that I'm a good neighbor enough because I'm not really like to go out, so I um I don't meet my neighbors so too much.
Oh, yeah, I see. So you don't go out too much, right? You don't go
Mm-hmm.
out too much. Does your parents mm, prohibit you to go outside?
Sorry.
Do your parents prohibit you, stop you from going outside?
Um, oh no, they let me to go outside,
Mhm.
but sometimes I just too lazy because I prefer to stay at home and enjoy my me time.
Oh, I see. Okay. You prefer staying at home to visiting other people, right? Yeah. But I think that's a good point of being at home because when we are alone, we can do our own things, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can
Yeah.
be active with our activities. If we go outside a lot, we might forget our homework. We might forget our
Yeah.
main activities. It was also happening to me because here I am quite busy. Let's say that I'm quite busy at course, busy at my online students and also at church. So I don't really need time to talk with my neighbors. But sometimes my neighbors say that I am a little bit arrogant, but not really. That's
Mm-hmm.
because I am just too busy. And if I have to welcome them talking, maybe only spending 10 minutes for them, I don't really have time. So
Yeah.
I don't really have time because I think people in my local area sometimes do not have anything to do. Okay. they don't
Mm,
have anything to do or busy things, so they think that they might take conclusion that I also do not have any activity to do. So it is better for me to stay in my boundary sometimes and only say greeting when we are passing by, so that I don't spend my time talking with them, because you know
mm,
that the life in remote place is really different with the life in city. Okay, so the life here is really far different. People just judge people so easy. Okay, people judge their friends, judge their neighbors, judge other people so easy. Do you understand judge?
mm,
Okay. People give judgments to other people so easy without really
yeah.
understanding, without reading their facts.
Mhm.
So we also have the same activity because I'm busy, quite busy, so I don't have enough time to spend talking with my neighbors. But sometimes,
Mhm.
because when it is a party, for example, before we start this class, I was from a party. There was a dead family, okay, a dead from our congregation. So I had to socialize with people too in the party,
Yeah.
okay. So I use the time to socialize and to greet people, because I also must balance my my role, okay, my role as a
Mhm.
society and my role as a worker. So I try to make my things balance between the society and my work, because I don't want people judge me that I am neglectful, don't care people, because that is our life, our
Yeah.
tribe in Batak, okay, we call Batak. So in Batak,
Mhm.
we really embrace parties. We really embrace our tribes and our tradition here, so that we have good balanced life, whether it is a party and family and any other parts of life. Okay, so that was the story in my place. So people here are really connected one each other. Even they can spend talking with other friends. Even can they can spend um let's say 3 hours. They can spend 3 hours only
Yeah.
for talking without
Mhm.
any important thing, something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
just for spending time. Yeah. As you told me that in big city, I don't think people spend their time for only lip service. Okay, right? Okay. So in big city, time is money. Do you think so?
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, time is money. While here, uh, it is still not our lifestyle. We still prioritize familyhood, and we still prioritize
Mm,
tradition, and also we still prioritize uh, bonding with our friends in societies, in church, and any other places. Okay,
mhm.
so that's it about my experience. That's it about my neighborhood here. Okay, and do you trust your neighbors?
Mm, like I said before, I never go out, so I don't really know my neighbors well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I probably kind of trust, but it's kind of giving me like a trust issue to each other. So um, I guess I not really trust my neighbors because, like you said before, that like the other people like judge without knowing
Yeah.
the fact or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I just trust my parents and me myself.
Oh yeah, I see. So you just trust your parents. So for example,
Mhm.
when you are going outside, visiting a place outside, tourism places,
Yeah.
so you have to leave your home. Okay?
Mm.
You have to leave your home. Do you think that your neighbors really care about your house?
Mm, probably no, because I guess they just focusing on their self, on themselves.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, it is really quite different here. When we leave our home at home, okay, we still can ask our friends and our neighbors to protect our home. Okay, that is
Uh,
here. So the bonding is still very strong and close
mm,
because we still care one each other. We still greet one each other. And for example, when a member of a family got sick suddenly, we can
mm,
crowd and we can go to their house all together and
mm,
maybe showing our empathy, okay, showing our empathy towards those families. So
mm,
the life here is still very strong and close between neighbors. Okay. Um, yeah, I think to talk about neighbors, let's look at this. Every neighborhood has people, and these people are your neighbors. Okay.
mm,
So these following adjective words can describe your neighbors. I would like to introduce to you some vocabularies that you can use to describe about your neighbors. Okay, something like next door. You can say next door, sebelah ya, tetangga sebelah.
mhm.
My next door family, for example, and then respectable. Do you understand respectable?
Yeah, respect
Yeah,
semacam
respect is verb and respectable is adjective. And Uh, friendly, I think you understand. Sociable, do you understand?
ya mudah bersosialisasi.
Yeah. Stalker,
Yeah, I know.
you know that. Do you often use this
Yeah.
word?
I often see that word like stalk, stalking, stalker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Oh, stalker. Okay.
Yeah.
There are many online stalkers today on social media,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
it's scary.
Even I myself, we ourselves can stalk somebody.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that
I
we
know.
call crush, something like, yeah, when you have a crush,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
you tend to stalk. Maybe you meet someone that you admire and then you stalk their profile,
Mhm.
you stalk their
Mhm.
their photos, something like that. So the
Yeah.
person who is stalking is called stalker. Okay. And then
Mhm.
educated, do you know educated?
Mm, yeah, something like kayak
Yeah.
beredukasi.
Educated is something like people who graduated from university and they have
Mm,
good insights, good minds, and good
mm.
way of thinking. Okay, good mannerism, something like that. And opposite.
Uh, berkebalikan.
Okay, so opposite is in front of our house. Okay, so for example, I'm living in my house and the opposite house is another family. So in front of my house, that we call opposite. Okay,
Oh, okay.
opposite my house. And then sneaky. Do you understand sneaky?
Um, ngintip atau kayak a sneak, like
Okay.
sneaking to the other house or something
Yeah.
like that.
So sneaky can be described as in bahasa we can say licik, something like that. Okay.
Mm, yeah,
Sneaky. Okay, licik. And then disgusting.
gross,
Do you know the meaning of disgusting?
menjijikan.
Yeah, something like that. Somebody that really makes a lot of problem and a lot of lies, tell a lot of lies,
Yeah.
and we don't like. Okay, we don't like them, and we can describe this. He is disgusting. She is disgusting. She's done a lot of bad things, something like that. Nosy.
Mm, no, I don't know the meaning.
Okay, so nosy means something like stalking. Okay, nosy is
Oh,
someone that always wants to know everything about us. Okay,
mm,
somebody that always wants to know and wants to get a lot of information, a lot of things about us. So we call somebody is nosy.
Mm.
In Bahasa, we can say nosy is,
Kepo.
mm, yeah, something like that. Kepo, yeah? Nosy. She really wants to interfere everything. Okay.
Ah,
Tries to get a lot of information, and we call she is nosy. Okay, kepo, yeah. And
mhm.
then elderly.
No, also I don't know.
Okay, elderly is adjective. Okay, elderly is adjective of between age that someone is older than us. So, for example, my elderly brother. Okay, my elderly
Mhm,
aunt, something like that. So it is describing the age of someone. And
mhm.
kind-hearted,
Someone who is really nice.
yeah, someone who is really nice and hard worker.
Pekerja keras.
Okay. Well, if you have been able to use this, would you please make one sentence using respectable related with neighbor?
Mm, um, my neighbor is really respectable about um my my own business
Yeah.
and not interrupt
Okay. So
not interrupt.
you told me that your neighbor is respectable about your business and your privacy. Okay,
Yeah.
respectable about
Mhm.
your privacy and your business. Okay, one sentence for sociable.
Um. My neighbor is really sociable with the other because he is really like to talk to each other.
Okay, good. One sentence using sneaky.
Um. My neighbor is really sneaky, so sometimes I got disturbed by him.
Okay, your neighbor is really sometimes sneaky, and
Sneaky.
you got disturbed. Okay, and disgusting.
Um, the boy next door is a disgusting person because he made a lot of trouble.
Okay, he makes a lot of trouble, and then we call him disgusting. Okay,
Mhm.
noisy. One sentence for using noisy.
Uh, my my friends is really nosy about my personal information, and she really wants to know about all my information.
Okay. So let's say that uh your friend always wants to control everything, right? Okay.
Yeah.
He wants to control you, okay? Maybe your boyfriend wants to control everything that you are doing. So
Mm.
we might call him noisy, okay?
Yeah.
One sentence using kind-hearted.
Uh, my my mom is a kind-hearted person because she really cares everything about me.
Okay, your mom is a kind-hearted woman because she really
Mhm.
cares about you. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think quite good. So these vocabularies can be used to describe about your neighbors. Okay. So it is very
Mhm.
important to know vocabularies so that you can describe anything relating with neighbors. Because
Mhm.
sometimes we don't know how to describe things because we lack vocabulary understanding. Okay. So with vocabularies, uh, they really can help us describe anything in our minds. If our vocabulary is limited, it is difficult to talk about one topic, right?
Mhm.
Okay, but when you got enough vocabularies, you will be easier to arrange sentences, to express your minds, and to express your thoughts. So you can explain your ideas more clearly and more precisely to your audience. Okay, so
Yeah.
therefore we need vocabularies related with certain topics. That is why I introduced these vocabularies to you. Okay, thank you very much. And we still have some discussion here. Okay, next we continue two more questions. Are your neighbors noisy?
Mm, actually, fun fact, my neighbor is somehow old. So near my house, there's a lot like a grandma and
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
become my neighbor. So I guess they are not really um
Active.
nosy about my active or like to know my personal information or something like that. They just care about themselves.
Oh, I see. So I think you are so lucky having
Mm-hmm.
having neighbors who are not noisy. Okay, you're a lucky
Yeah.
person because I also like
Mm-hmm.
a family. I also like a neighborhood without any disturbance, without any jealousy,
Yeah.
um,
Mm-hmm.
without any bad attitude, okay, because we as human being want to live in a better world, okay, in a better
Yeah.
atmosphere with peace and with harmony with our neighbors. So of course we must build a better neighborhood so that we can uh, live more peacefully and we can do our own activities. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think I also agree with you that the life in big city like Jakarta, people tend not to care about other people because they are busy. Okay, because they are busy
Mm-hmm.
with their family affair, family business. But in remote place like in my place, people are still very much noisy. Okay, people here are
Mm-hmm.
still very much noisy. Uh, People here can meet together and talk together, spending time can be 1 hour or 2 hours only talking about other people.
Mm-hmm.
So it is really
Oh.
not healthy. Okay, it is really not healthy for
Okay.
environment because we we need a healthy environment to live in, right? We need people
Yeah.
who support us, who give us good atmosphere and good energy. So when we talk with them,
Mm-hmm.
we feel safe and comfortable, right?
Yeah.
But when we have noisy people around us, something like negative people around us, we might feel un, uh, uncomfortable living with them.
Yeah.
So we feel pressed, we feel burdened with their presence in our place. So yeah, that is the life when we have noisy people around us. And hopefully
Mm-hmm.
you don't have noisy people around you, especially your
Yeah.
neighbors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
And that's really awesome. Okay. And would you describe what would your perfect neighbor be like?
Mm, probably I just hoping to get a kind-hearted neighbor
Mhm.
who cares and who cares about each other and loving each other and um if I may, I hope to get a neighbor who is my friends in school so I can um talk or come to their house when I get bored and just um going to their house to play or doing some homework together.
Yeah. Okay. So are you an introvert person or extrovert person?
Um, I I ever test like the MBTI website and I so I'm an introvert.
You're an introvert person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you conclude that you are an introvert person. Why? Why do you
Mhm.
describe so?
Because when I meet a new person or I meet someone, I just feel kind of uncomfortable, especially when I'm with someone who I'm not meet a lot. So I just kind of confused what should I talk about.
Mhm.
But if I'm with someone who I'm really close with, I feel uncomfortable because I basically always meet them like almost every day. So yeah, I'm not comfortable meeting
Okay.
new people.
Yeah, I think yeah, introvert and extrovert really different, right?
Yeah.
Introvert can collect a lot of energy when being alone, when being at
Mm-hmm.
home, living at home. So people sometimes cannot read our part of person. So when an extrovert only keeps silent, okay, I just
Mm-hmm.
want to share to you the books that I have read about introvert and extrovert, because I also love about reading and understanding about people and psychology. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
listen a lot to a lot of psychological books and psychological podcasts on YouTube. I listen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think being an introvert, the quality that we really have is that we can work more maximally without any
Mm-hmm.
disturbance from outsider. Okay, so that is
Yeah.
why an extrovert sometimes lose time and lose control of their time because they spend their time only for communication, for unimportant talks. Maybe some
Mm-hmm.
topics they are doing outside, so they might forget their main jobs. Okay, uh, because I also have my own brother. My own brother is such an extrovert person. Okay, he is an extrovert person, and he cannot concentrate. He really cannot concentrate on
Mm-hmm.
his own job and his own future. Can be his own future. He's spending time too much socializing with a lot of people because he is really interested to meet people while
Mm-hmm.
he has different character with me. I also love to talk with people, but just when it is important. Okay, when I think it is
Yeah.
important,
Yeah.
I can give my full energy. Okay, my full
Mm-hmm.
energy, my full vibes to talk. But when it is important, when it is not important, sometimes I don't feel